Levi from InterNACHI Marketing here with another quick logo breakdown video. As always, I'll start with a recognizable logo and explain a little bit of what I think it's doing before moving on to a logo that we designed. So let's get started. We'll start with the Puma logo here. It was designed by Lutz Backus in 1967. As a German company, so originally the name of the owner was Dazzler, and that was integrated into the logo, a big capital D with the Puma jumping through it. And then they simplified it, and it was just the capital D with the Puma jumping through it. But D is kind of confusing when you have a Puma, so eventually they just eliminated the D. They got rid of the eye in the Puma, they got rid of the mouth, they streamlined the shape and changed the angle so the cat looks more athletic. Which brings me to my first point, or my primary point about the Puma logo, which is that the corrections you make in a logo are usually going to be about simplifying. So what you see here in this top is more complicated, and it gets less complicated, and then over here it's finally like just the Puma. If you are adding more and more into a logo, you're usually going in the wrong direction, and it's stuff you're just probably going to have to strip out later on in order to get the logo to work well. I can hire you if I miss an image and I read your company name, but I can't hire you if the opposite happens. I need your company name, and a logo is primarily, its primary function is to clearly and professionally present your company name. It's really easy to get into the weeds on trying to make a more and more elaborate image, but that's not going to help your logo, and it's not going to help people read your company name. We'll talk about oak leaf home inspections today over here. As always, with the image, it exists and it's present just to reinforce the primary part of the company name here, oak leaf. The home inspections, I used a similar line weight and carried it through this leaf here so the two look tied together, so it makes the whole logo look related. A good logo is a good starting point, but you can take a good logo and you can make a terrible site, and you can take a good logo and you can make terrible marketing. So if you're going to take the time to create a good logo, it's important that the design carries across everything you do and that all of the materials look professional, because it's not just like the one thing, it's everything working together. If you need help designing a website, we have a company we work with called Inspector Website Builder. I'll give you one guess as to who designed that logo as well. Let's go over here. So the colors in your logo are going to be used across your marketing and across your branding. So the color relationships are important, and the value relationships in the color. Value is how light or dark a color is, so that's why I put the grayscale swatch over here so you can see the contrast between the two colors. And that sort of defines how the colors work in these websites here. You can see like they carried this sort of lighter blue into the buttons on the website, and you can see this sort of like lighter line against the darker contrast of this band here. Another thing I quickly wanted to talk about, and that was what these red lines were for, is padding. Padding is the amount of space you leave around your logo. When you leave space around something, you're telling someone who is looking at it that the information you place there is important. So with a logo, leaving space around the logo is really important so that people are able to focus and clearly see the logo and read the logo without it being interrupted by feeling too crowded or claustrophobic. And you can see the same thing here with the brochure. They left plenty of padding around the logo so that the logo draws a bunch of attention at the top of the brochure here. Another thing you can use to draw attention in logo design is going to be the colors you use and the contrast, what we talked about over here with values. The reason you read oak leaf first here is because the darkest color against the lightest background is going to draw the most attention. So you read oak leaf first, and then you see the leaf second, because the leaf is lower contrast. In design, color is used to focus attention. It's to prioritize information that you want people to see first and then second. So you're telling people what to look at and where to look at it. And the same thing works up here with this really dark background and the white text. You see the white text first, and then you see the leaf second. Anyway, hopefully all of that was helpful. If you need any help from us, you can get a hold of us at marketing.nachi.org, and thank you for your time.